So, despite the tech industry's endless hype, let's get one thing straight. Artificial intelligence still can't think like a human. That's right. Your Roomba isn't plotting world domination unless it's after your favorite sock. But in the last few years, AI systems have learned to see, hear, and even drive cars. Suddenly, Siri's gone from mispronouncing your name to almost understanding you. Almost. Now, you might be thinking, wait, aren't we living in the age of thinking machines? Please, current AIs are only as good as the billions of cat videos and misspelled tweets we shovel down their silicon throats. Let me tell you a story. I once asked a chatbot for romantic advice. It replied, "Error 404, love not found." That's what I get for trusting a glorified spreadsheet with feelings. So here we are, AI. Not as good as you hope, not as bad as you fear, but definitely worse than your Aunt Linda's Facebook posts. Welcome to the future, folks, where the machines are learning, but they're still failing kindergarten logic. On the other side, there's this guy, Kai-Fu Lee. He's basically the Beyoncé of AI in China, minus the dancing and, thankfully, the sequins. Lee's got 50 million social media followers, all desperate to snap a selfie with the man who funds more billion-dollar startups than most people have hot dinners. If you ever wondered who's actually getting rich off AI, spoiler, it's not you. It's Lee, smirking in a Beijing conference while people scramble for the chance to bask in his capitalist, communist glow. Now, you might be asking, is China really the place to be for AI? According to Lee, it's the gold rush for code. And he's panning for billionaires faster than lottery tickets disappear after a Powerball announcement. So, next time you hear about an AI breakthrough, just remember, somewhere in China, Kai-Fu Lee is probably counting another zero on his bank balance, and it's definitely not thanks to your Sudoku app. Let's talk about deep learning. Sounds mysterious, right? Like the AI is meditating under a waterfall, contemplating the universe. Nope. Deep learning is just neural networks gobbling up gargantuan datasets, powered by GPUs, those fancy computer chips that cost more than your first car. Here's the setup. Engineers used to give AI step-by-step instructions like, if the nose is big and the eyes are sulky, that's Uncle Larry. Now they just toss 10 million photos at the machine and say, figure it out. Conflict? Well, the AI still mislabels your gray suit as pajamas because it's seen more pajama parties than business meetings in its training data. That's overfitting for you, where the AI confuses one thing for another, like mistaking a chihuahua for a muffin. Resolution? Engineers correct the AI's mistakes by showing it a million more gray suits, because nothing says progress like brute force and unlimited cloud storage. Ah, the wonders of machine learning, or as I call it, high-tech trial and error. Now, education has entered the AI circus. We've got facial recognition systems that don't just track your attendance, they track your emotional engagement. Facial landmarks and heat maps. Oh, they're real. Your confused face is flagged for teacher intervention. That's right, your boredom is now a data point. Smile, you're on algorithmic candid camera. The conflict? Let's just say, if you thought standardized tests were bad, wait until your report card has a confusion index calculated by a machine that thinks your sneeze is a sign of existential dread. Now, you might be thinking, great, now AI will find future Einsteins, or more likely, future world-class daydreamers, because nothing motivates a kid like being told a computer thinks they're only passionate about lunch. Resolution? Maybe, just maybe, AI will help personalize learning. Or maybe it's digitized humiliation on a mass scale. Parents, rejoice. Your kid's next gold star might come from a neural net with zero empathy. Here's the secret sauce of Chinese AI. Data, data, and more data. Forget privacy if you've got a phone in China. You're basically donating your every move to the algorithmic hive mind. Setup. The more data, the better the AI. That's why China is training machines on everything from shopping habits to sleep patterns. Silicon Valley is still asking for your consent, while Beijing's already streaming your dinner order to the cloud. Conflict? Americans get congressional hearings over data leaks. In China, the most popular privacy setting is don't care. Now, you might wonder, do Chinese people worry about privacy? I asked someone. She said, not really. That's it. That's the punchline. Resolution. All that juicy data is why Chinese AI is catching up to, and sometimes passing, the West. The lesson? If you want smarter machines, apparently you have to sacrifice your secrets and maybe your browser history. Let's talk about jobs, or as I like to call them, endangered species. According to the AI prophets, 40% of jobs are displaceable. That's economist speak for good luck, buddy. Setup. AI started by taking blue-collar jobs, but now it's gunning for white-collar ones too. Chauffeurs, chefs, accountants, if your job involves repetition, congratulations. An algorithm is practicing right now. Conflict? Society's fabric, already threadbare, is about to meet the industrial sewing machine of progress. Automation isn't just coming for truck drivers, it's eyeing your latte art too. You might say, but what about human wisdom? Sure, the steam engine and electricity displace jobs, but this time, the robots are coming for 40% in 15 years, not 150. That's what we call exponential, or in plain English, panic mode. Resolution? Supposedly, new jobs will appear, but unless you're ready to become a prompt engineer for your new silicon boss, maybe it's time to brush up on your interpretive dance skills so far. AI still sucks at that. Let's be real. Chatbots are the magic trick of our time. They summarize the Bible in Latin, write poetry, and crank out stories faster than you can say Control+Z. But here's the setup. These large language models, LLMs, don't search the internet. They just predict the next word, like an over-caffeinated fortune cookie with a thesaurus. Conflict, hallucination. That's the technical term for confidently making stuff up, like when Bard invents fake book titles faster than your uncle invents fish stories. Now, you might ask, is this thing sentient? Sorry, no. It's just parroting back patterns it's seen 1,000,000,000 times. There's nobody home, just a black box filled with borrowed wit and misplaced confidence. Resolution? Sure, Google and Microsoft slap on safety filters, but these bots still spew nonsense with the bravado of a politician during election season. Trust, but verify, because your chatbot's facts are often fact adjacent at best. Here's where it gets weird. AI sometimes learns skills it was never programmed to do. Emergent properties, they call it. That's technical jargon for, oops, the robot learned Bengali overnight. Who saw that coming? Setup. Engineers feed the system data in one language, and surprise, it starts spouting translations in another. It's like adopting a puppy and waking up to a full-grown wolf. Conflict? We don't actually understand how these black box models work. Let that sink in. We've built machines smarter than our tax software, and we have no idea why they do half the things they do. Now, you might be thinking, wait, who's driving this thing? Exactly. The answer is nobody. It's like putting autopilot on a roller coaster and hoping for the best. Resolution? AI experts say, well, humans are black boxes too. Comforting, isn't it? That's like your pilot announcing he doesn't know how the plane works, but he really hopes it lands. Let's talk about AI's greatest trick, sounding right while being hopelessly wrong. It's mastered the art of authoritative BS, that special ability to blend fact and fiction so finely, even experts get fooled. Setup. These systems are trained on oceans of internet sludge, think Wikipedia, Reddit, and, God help us, Twitter. The result? A neural network with the confidence of a game show contestant guessing for double points. Conflict? Chatbots will invent your resume, assign you to the wrong network, and compose news stories about fake filibusters, all with the calm assurance of a surgeon who's never held a scalpel. Now, you might ask, shouldn't there be more oversight? Imagine if the FDA approved drugs the same way tech companies ship chatbots. We tested it on some mice and a few memes. Should be fine. Resolution? The industry promises constant improvement. Meanwhile, penguins apparently urinate in Antarctica, except they don't. If you want the truth, maybe ask your grandma. She's wrong less often. Final act. Regulation, the part where everyone pretends to take responsibility. CEOs say we need an FAA for tech, as if bureaucrats with clipboards will suddenly tame the digital Wild West. Setup. The competitive arms race means every company is in a hurry. Ready or not, here come the bots. Meanwhile, Congress still can't set up their voicemail. Conflict? Tech firms promise safety features, but then release products that rant about nuclear codes. After 2 hours of gentle prodding, guardrails, more like orange cones in a tornado. Now, you might be thinking, what if some rogue company ignores the rules? You're not alone. That's why everyone's hoping for digital treaties and global commissions, which, let's face it, will arrive right after the next Windows update. Resolution? The only certainty is that AI is here to stay, mistakes and all. Adapt, improvise, and for heaven's sake, never trust a chatbot with your wedding vows.